Bill O'Reilly here, Friday, September 17th, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening this week in America. California Governor Gavin Newsom survives the recall. The results? Voters decided to keep the Democrat in office by a whopping 64 to 36. Now, Newsom spent $75 million on TV ads to defend himself. But he won, and he'll stay in Sacramento for one more year, and then there'll be a governor's race in California in 2022. According to exit polling, the top issue in the Golden State was COVID, and most of the people who voted support Newsom's shutdown measures. Hard to believe, but it's true. So that's what we have in California, a state that is so liberal, it will never come back to the center. Republican governors of South Dakota, Texas, Florida, Nebraska, and Georgia are preparing legal challenges to President Biden's vaccine mandate. The Department of Labor now ordering private companies with more than 100 employees to require workers get vaxxed or tested weekly. Supporters say the move is necessary to tamp down the Delta variant. Critics say it's a massive breach of states' rights, and it will wind up in federal court. By the way, a new poll from Trafalgar says a majority of Americans believe President Biden does not have the constitutional power to mandate vaccinations. In addition, Mr. Biden is falling close to 40% in job approval. Finally, the chaos continues at the southern border. This is a story that the corporate media, which is corrupt, will not report, but we will because it affects you and every single American. More than 200,000 illegal migrants crossed the border in August. That is a 320% increase compared to the same time last year, which saw about 50,000 apprehensions under President Trump. A 320% increase under Biden. Of the August encounters, 20,000 were unaccompanied minors. This humanitarian disaster is also causing a huge influx of narcotics into the USA. The number of Americans dying from drug overdoses jumped 15% compared to this time in 2020. In a moment, listeners sound off. Always an interesting segment. We'll be right back. Being hard of hearing is a struggle many of us can relate to. It's time to stop settling. MD Hearing Aid is here to help you. Did you know the average price of a hearing aid in America is more than $2,400? But MD Hearing Aid's Volt Plus model, just $299.99 each. That's nearly 90% less. And the sleek design fits so well, no one will even know you're wearing it. With more than 600,000 satisfied customers and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating, there's no reason to wait. There's even a 45-day risk-free trial with a 100% money-back guarantee. It's time to reclaim your life from hearing loss. Please go to mdhearingaid.com and use promo code BILL to get their buy one, get one, $299.99 each offer. Plus, they're adding a free extra charging case, an $80 value, just for listeners of the No Spin News. Head to mdhearingaid.com and use promo code BILL or call them 1-833-797-1261, 1-833-797-1261. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Listeners sound off. We do this every Friday. If you would like to send me a missive, that's an email, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, name and town, if you wish to opine. Let's begin with Perry, Tigard, Oregon. That is a suburb of Portland. Hey, Bill, dumb question perhaps, but how will the investigation get General Milley's phone transcripts? Are all of his phone calls recorded as a matter of course? I don't know, Perry. I'm trying to find out, but I would think that a call from the nation's top military person to the Chinese military counterpart would be taped, because you darn well know the Chinese are taping it. Now, if these calls are not taped, We, the people, need to know that, because then we enter a realm where high-ranking military officials cannot be held accountable for what they do, because General Milley denies any wrongdoing in his calls to the Chinese Communist military. So how are we ever going to know if we don't have a transcript of said call? Christine in Scottsdale, Arizona. Regarding the California recall, you heard about all the support for Newsom from high-level liberals and Democrats and all the donations, $75 million to him. But I didn't hear of any high-level Republicans and their money supporting Larry Elder. Can you tell me why? It's a good question you're raising, Christine. The only thing that I can come up with is that Mr. Elder is a radio talk show host. He is a pundit. And the Republican Party didn't know enough about him, because he's pretty much California-centric, that they were going to risk, any kind of credibility by supporting him. Also, Larry Elder is very, very conservative, much more so than some of the Republicans. So I think that's what it was. They just didn't know him very well. Dr. Judith in Berea, Kentucky. O'Reilly, how do you feel about the Americans and the Afghan people left behind? I think the State Department lied to us, and the number is much higher than they are admitting. This is the worst debacle I've witnessed in my lifetime, including Vietnam. I feel that the Biden administration botched this Afghan withdrawal in a way that is, and I'm not using this word lightly, in a way that is shocking, shockingly incompetent. And people will die because of it. And it did not have to happen. That is the crux of the matter. The president decided to withdraw without a firm plan in place, and now innocent people are really in trouble in Afghanistan. Terry, Howell, New Jersey. Since the National Football League refuses to post traditional slogans such as "Back the Blue," why don't they just stop altogether? It's football, not politics. Terry, you should be the commissioner of the NFL. Why do we need this? The players have the freedom to go out and to speak to the press on any issue they want. They have the freedom to tweet, They have the freedom to get whatever their opinion is. Do we really need it at the game? The answer is no. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by putting it together. For more honest analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. RockAuto.com, a family business serving auto parts to customers online for 20 years. Please go to RockAuto.com to shop for auto and body parts from hundreds of manufacturers. They have everything from engine control modules and brake parts to tail lamps, motor oil, even a new carpet. Whether it's for your classic or daily driver, you get everything you need delivered right to your door. Their catalog is unique and remarkably easy to navigate. Plus, prices at rockauto.com are always low. The same for professionals and do-it-yourselfers. Why spend twice as much for the same auto parts? That's a good question. So please go to rockauto.com right now to see all the parts available for your car or truck. Write Bill O'Reilly in their "How Did You Hear About Us" box so they know we sent you. Amazing selection, very low prices, all the parts your car will ever need. RockAuto.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The global COVID pandemic has claimed the lives of more than 4.5 million people on this planet, including 660,000 here in the USA. One of the nation's least hit is Australia. With a population of 25 million, just 77,000 Australians have been infected, resulting in just 1,000 fatalities. But despite those low numbers, officials down under are imposing some of the most draconian COVID policies in the world. Health experts credit Australia's low infection rate to its geographical isolation and strict border controls. 66% of folks down there over the age of 16 have received at least one dose of the vaccine. Regardless, many Aussies have been ordered to stay in their homes. The Army patrols the streets of Sydney and its surrounding suburbs to enforce that order. Travel is banned between some Australian states. Folks returning from overseas must quarantine. Anyone in contact with a COVID victim is ordered to download a digital tracking app to ensure they remain isolated. At random, the app will alert its users that within 15 minutes, they must send a photo of themselves in their pre-approved quarantine location to the government. If they fail to do that, they can be arrested. The state of Victoria dictated an indefinite curfew with no public debate, then suspended its parliament. In New South Wales, the state utilized the military to enforce lockdowns, as I told you they are doing in the nation's largest city, Sydney. Protests in Australia, in Sydney and Melbourne, are banned. You're not allowed. You'll be arrested. The capital city of Canberra is under a strict lockdown until October 15th, and that date will likely be extended. All the chaos down under is devastating the country's economy. The shutdown impacts 80% of the entire population. The Australian dollar at a 6-month low, the GDP down 4% since COVID hit. And here's something else you might not know. Unhappy residents looking to protest government mandates will pay a steep price. Demonstrating without a mask will set you back $4,000. Back after this. Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers whose mission is to bring you a cleaner nicotine alternative. Lucy has been researched and developed to be made for people, not patients. Their lozenges and gums come in flavors that actually taste great. They are convenient, discreet, so you can enjoy them anywhere. You can even use your FSA cards to buy them. So get rid of your cigarettes, unplug the vape, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's that simple. And for my listeners only, when you go to lucy.co and use promo code BILL, you'll get 20% off all products on your first order. That's lucy.co, promo code BILL at checkout. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.